You know what? We're going through the same one as we head on in. The level ones are going to play out, and it looks like they minimize the contradiction, right? They're immediately looking to just clear waves and not interact with each other.
Yep, looking at the emblem setup here, it looks like Kakashi is going to go for that tenacity as well as the vitality, just to make sure that he can actually survive for a long time. Other than that, it looks like everyone is going for the same old double festival of blood for Fish God as well as Lung, and then having that thrill as well. I like Yiwan going for his weakness finder just to slow everyone down. This does make the early game quite a lot better, making it easier for his team to actually catch up and secure those kills.
Okay, look at this. We're already seeing a little bit of a proxy here coming down from our boy down in the bottom lane. Lung is doing a pretty good job, and he's immediately looking to steal like at least one camp away, which could impact specifically Hide on Bush, right? He should still be able to hit level 4 on time, assuming everything goes well, but it looks like Lung, he's forced to walk back. He's not going to go for a second proxy.
Yeah. Not going to lie, as a Kiro, I would have punched in there, but...
Same. I was thinking the same thing.
I would so much in there. There's a lot of people. Maybe he would make a mistake, you know. But I'm like, I got a flicker. You know, it's like, you know, what's the worst that could happen?
It's true. It's true. But look at the way that they're trading in that mid lane. As long as Yiwan isn't engaged upon by Vangwin, he's able to just chunk him out as long as Beleric is nearby. Now they've got information on where Hirara is. You can see a lot of the forces of DFYG making their way up topside to try and contest for level 4.
Yeah, looks like Kakashi is actually losing the trades here, and Xiaoxi trying to get it. Looks like Fish got still able to secure that for himself. Should be able to hit level 4 earlier than Akashi, and that really does help out this Lapu much more. Speaking of, right now the turtle has been started, and looks like both Zed as well as Fish God are just zoning everyone away, so that's a free turtle for Dianfeng Yao Guai. And Fish God almost gets up, but looks like Vangwin not level 4, no threat to him just yet.
Yeah, they didn't see Akashi actually go for the recall. They just assumed that he repositioned himself and then maybe hit level 4 sometime later, so they just wanted to make sure everything was safe. Oh god.
Hide on Bush gets on the tree, and then Vangwin, everyone else got caught by the alt Entity 7. Very easy 3 kills in the mid.
It I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looked like they just sort of ate it. I feel like Yiwan had many opportunities to get out of there if he wanted to, but it was just really uncomfortable timing that he used the hover packs to get over the first wall. This definitely teaches you, hey, you hold on to your mobility for as long as you possibly can. You know, you can't use it willy-nilly like that because you never know when the next fight is going to happen, especially when you're facing off someone like Hide on Bush playing this Hirara. She closed the distance so fast.
Part of me understands it though, because even now I'm like, there's no way they're gonna gank us mid, 3 people go in, right? But that was amazing engage coming in from Hide on Bush, starting things out. And then Shin able to steal away the Wrath of Drive from Zed, making sure that everyone's just chain CC. That was a beautiful chain of events. In terms of how does it translate in gold, quite a lot actually, about 1,300 ahead just by those 3 kills. That's great for Entity 7.
And down by the gold lane, honestly, not that bad for Doom. I think Doom has been having a pretty good time overall, right? With Lung already, you know, dying on the very first interaction, and Doom able to actually pick up 2 assists alongside with the kill for himself. He is in prime position to scale at the right time. Counter-Strike finally completed by Lung, so he's got the early game damage, assuming that he can close the distance on someone like Shin, Doom, Hide on Bush without his iframes.
Yeah, right now this will really test Dianfeng Yao Guai. How do they perform with the double fighter here? Because the second turtle, this is probably where they should be winning quite a lot. They're waiting in the bush here. Akashi got caught just a little bit. It looks like the Wrath of Dry only catching Akashi alone. Looks like Lung tries to push Vangwin away. Chomp, eats someone up, and able to get Fish God. Fish God unable to do much. And then 7, they're the one that got into the bush, but they got immediate control.
Yep. They gotta understand how their comp actually functions at this stage. Without Lung, they don't have like the raw burst damage, right? So they have to depend on people like Fish God and even... Wait, hold on. Lung's in trouble.
Yep, tries to flicker away, able to. And yeah, Dianfeng Yao Guai. I would say they just didn't know the priority because it looks like they were attacking everyone. Instead, they should be targeting 1% at a time.
Yeah, they really need to get their priorities down straight. They're gonna dive this.
Yep, Zed gets caught. Looks like he's gonna be pulled out of the turret range. And at the 7, they're still staying under there, not really carrying all that much. Lung stays just to get the gold. But Dianfeng Yao Guai, despite them having the double fighter, They're losing quite a lot in the early game here.
I mean, Doom has managed this lane very, very well. They've won on the very first couple of interactions, which honestly shouldn't have gone in their favor anyways, right? Dangfeng Yaoguai was able to get that first turtle, but those 5 kills from Entity 7 is really kind of setting the tone on how these side laners who were supposed to be losing are now in better positions. I mean, of course, Barat's, sure, all right, ooh, it's a quote-unquote winning lane, but it's really a sandbag, right? He's not going to be able to find a solo kill onto Fishgod. All he cares about is coming into these team fights and eliminating one target from the fight and turning into a 5v4.
Yeah, honestly, definitely Yaoguai, if they wanted to target Akashi, they got to target all, like everyone has to target him at once, right? I feel like that was part of the mistake, because I feel like Yiwon tried to attack Akashi, but then the rest of the team are like, wait, should we go for Vanguin instead or what? They were not in sync, and that's not what you want in this kind of comp. They go for Akashi again, but look at that, Yiwon already has to use the Purify to escape Vanguin. He really needs to stop starting the fight when he has no stacks on that Sky Piercer. Or he doesn't have a second item.
Yeah, or better yet, just wait. You don't have to immediately hop over the wall. You can just walk around it, and then as soon as you see Vanguin try to do something, that's when you go for the hover packs. And by that time, even if you wombo combos, you'll be on the opposite side of the wall and still have enough to get away. So he ends up losing out his hover pack like very early. Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah,
force the flicker out of Zed at this stage of the game. I don't know if they can contest this anymore. This should be a freebie. Oh.
Well, they're able to get hide on Bush. Now Shin tries to catch on to Zhaoxi. Zhaoxi gets caught. Lung has to flicker it out. Double dash away. This is not looking good for Dangfeng Yaoguai just because they look unsure of what to do. Because I feel like Yiwon, hold on, Fishgod jumps in all alone and making it so that Yiwon gets caught by Vanguin. Vanguin secures the kill. Fishgod 1v3 still. But that's cool and all, but your team kind of loses its win condition.
Well, win condition. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Vanguin played it immaculately. He was just so good, and not that Yiwon walked up and got hit by again. Still, 10 more seconds here, but oh god.
Well, Akashi, chum. It's Fishgod. Fishgod gets taken there. Oh no, it's actually Zed. Now the Zaman Force. Looks like the damage isn't enough just yet. Able to get that. Fishgod gets onto Akashi. Akashi dies, but Fishgod will give himself over to Shin. Yeah, it looks like definitely Yaoguai. They're fighting for the sake of fighting, Gideon.
They're
no
concussed.
planning.
They're concussed. The Entity 7 just knocked the top of their head. They're rattled.
Gideon, let me just say, your sarcasm is too good. Most people can't tell the difference.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm dead serious about what I'm saying. They're just so concussed after, Entity 7 hit them so hard into the temple that at this stage of the game, it's just like, what are we looking for, right? We're getting Fishgod flickering to kill Akashi. Like, that's how far they've been concussed, when really he should be holding on to his flicker. Say whatever. If Akashi gets the kill, it doesn't matter. You don't need to chase for those fights. You are looking for better targets. In this case, hide on Bush, especially during those neutral takes. Doom, especially when he tries to, stick his nose a little bit too far forward and you need to trade battle spells.
Wait, what?
Those are the moments. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay, Fishgod tries to get onto Doom, changes targets, get onto Vanguin. I was so shocked. Hold on, right now Shin almost got caught. Now Zed has to get away. He's very low on HP, same as Lung. Everyone from Yaoguai unable to get a positive trade. Right now Shin forces Zed to use the flicker, and now Hide on Bush gets the kill. Vanguin dies to Yiwon, so that's a stack for the Sky Piercer of Kini. But Entity 7, they're not gonna stop here. They're gonna get the mid lane turret. This time Zhaoxi on this Harley, unable to do much.
Okay, they're pulling it back. They're pulling it back a little bit. They did lose their mid-tier 1. Okay, but at least Yiwon was holding on to his abilities, and he knew for a fact that Vanguin was gonna get on top of him, so he's saving the second half, saving the Purify for the second half of the combination after Vanguin was on top of him in the ult form. Even so, this is a pretty dangerous position from Yaoguai, because now that they've missed all their mid-tier 1 and all their tier 1s, holding on to their jungle, you would assume that Entity 7 is going to start invading, and they already have. They've stolen away the purple buff on their side of the map as Yaoguai look for this first position, and Akashi, he knows he's just gonna hold on to the priority of the Lord.
Lung is all alone, 1 versus 3. Lung should try to get away there. Looks like he already used the flicker. Not much you can do against a Harara that just chases him non-stop. Oh, what the heck? How does that interaction work? Oh, she's dead.
He's dead.
Congrats.
Nice. And Vanguard, yeah. Make sure that you let them know. Make sure you let them know. They made a mistake. They made a mistake giving you this glue. And it's very understandable at this stage of the game. After what happened in game number 1, you know exactly that Entity 7 are looking to ego check DFYG to say that they have the better mechanics.
Can I just say glue sometimes makes no sense?
It really doesn't.
That's not the first interaction where I've seen something like that happen. I'm just surprised it's not the last.
Yeah, no, the way that his ult works, yeah, again, it's a really fun iframe. It sucks that he gets like a good chunk of his health back. I would have imagined that, you know, they make glue less sustainable in that way, but without it, oh, okay. All right, I don't know if our API is correct here, if I'm looking at this correctly, but I'm just going to assume that it is.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Zhaoxi already went to Kyrgyzstan, and then back we bring him back to Kazakhstan, man. Like, that's a bit of a stretch in terms of how he's able to pull that off.
Hey, maybe a stretch, but look at this mid-tier 2 getting collapsed down by a single man, and that's Doom, as he's looking to cut off all the angles.
Well, I don't know about Doom being a single man, but looks like Zed is taken out. Akashi secures the kill. Banquet now, taking a bit of damage. Fishgod goes 1v3 again because he's kid. He's a lapu. He's still surviving for now. Able to sustain quite a lot. Able to get a kill onto Akashi Lung. Gets a kill onto Banquet. DFYG, you guys are surviving by the cojones of Fishgod.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what we want to see here. But now they're not done just yet. The second wave is starting to push into that top inhibitor. And we'll see, because now all the holy shielding is gone.
Lung dealing quite a lot of damage, dies to Doom. Zhaoxi tries to get a kill onto Shin. Shin still survives. The only reason why Entity 7 is still alive because the Gyarados of the Lapu is not there just yet, but now gets targeted, and he flickers forward. Might die here for no reason. Hide on bush, scares the kill. I will not glaze this man anymore.
Oh man, what a Chad. They face check pushes! They're face checking pushes!
Dude, he was trying to hide, you don't understand.
No man, he got seeked out. He ended up dropping down. Oh, that's super unfortunate. It's like they're not paying attention to like when the cooldown timers of their ults actually end for the side of DFYG. Why?
At least he doesn't have a Sky Piercer.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
He does.
No, he does. Man. He does. I thought maybe the API was hallucinating again. I was hopeful. But at this stage of the game, based on what we've seen, what was built previously, Akashi, it's very smart of him that he's like, I'm not going to try and sustain my way. I know exactly what I'm doing. I just need to be thick. Because so far, DFYG, especially when Akashi is walking up forward and he uses the Detna's welcome, he almost guarantees an interaction.
Well, Zed taking quite a lot of hate coming in from Entity 7. Penguin gets on top of him, grabs 3, and now looks like Shin might be targeted by Fishgod. Doom secures the kill, but Zhaoxi able to take down Shin. Doom right now is a monster, getting that double kill, still full HP. Hide on bush, takes down a Fishgod. Now it's just Yi1 as well as Zhaoxi, the two magic spitting heroes. Yep.
That's the best way to put it. I can't believe
no other way can be said to describe them.
Look, the prioritization on the targeting is really interesting here. You know, Vangman, he's done it multiple times. He's already gotten the Belleric out of the way. They've traded ults at this stage of the game, and it's strange to see him just, you know, kind of being able to get away with any good thing. And that's because of the draft, right? DFYG just don't have an answer to this glue. All they can do is try and chunk him out, but if they walk up too close, especially if Yi1 doesn't have that passive active to get the extra little bit of range of penetrating shots, Vangman easily can force a fight.
Yeah, I really feel like despite Fishgod as well as Logan have pretty good AoE, I feel like you need to understand with the Kimi as well as the Hive, you kind of want to force one target down. Like, okay, if the Hive focuses on one target, you guys want to ignore that, sure. But I feel like, how about the Kimi? The Kimi has the Sky Piercer, and if you're not helping the Sky Piercer stack, you're kind of shooting your friend in the foot, which sounds like a good time. Thank goodness that Holy Crystal is going to Zhaoxi and not Zed.
Hey man, we haven't even talked about the fact that Doom has, well, you know what? Let's just say the API was hallucinating it. This is going to be his final build. He's already hyper strong. Like, every 1v1 is difficult except for Zhaoxi, and even then, there's still the potential for Doom to actually go for the big outplay. But here we go. The sieging has already begun.
Yep, Lord is still marching up top, but doesn't look like Entity 7 was able to sync up the minions, so this should be pretty good for DFYG to be able to defend here. Looks like they're still going to get top inhibitor though. Right now, They're trying to get mid as well. Lung trying to clear up the wave. Looks like they're trying to engage with Shin, stealing away the rapid drive, but the real one catches Shin. Shin gets taken down, and now everyone gets taunted up. Hide on bush, tries to run away. Xiaoxi will try to chase, but a double for Yi1. Gets 2 more stacks of the Sky Piercer. Entity 7, they tried to force a bit too much, and Dumpling Yaguai responds.
Yep, Yi1 actually come up with a big play at the very end there. I would have imagined that he was going to be out of the fight with his position, but then he suddenly decided to go hyper aggressive onto the back, able to kill 2 people at once in the middle of that fight with a big follow-up coming into Fish God. This could be an endgame angle here if they don't clear out this wave, but they might just have to sacrifice it. Worst comes to worst, it's just a mid inhibitor, right? It's still very manageable. It doesn't really influence how these Lord dances usually go. You need a long lane, either top or bottom, as long as it's the opposite side of where the Lord spawns.
Yeah, considering how the map is looking, that was amazing. I'm pretty sure definitely Yaguai would prefer to get any of the side ones, especially the bottom. But again, there's just too much, and the wave was already prime and ready for mid anyway. So I feel like definitely Yaguai, they're not out of the water just yet. If they're able to get another inhibitor, then that would be icing on the cake. That's all they need. But for now, Yi1, he should be having 40 stacks. Because I feel like after the second death, he hasn't died yet. So I'm optimistic by thinking he has 40 stacks.
I think he's got like 30 by the time he actually got it, if I remember correctly. But we'll double check on the stacks in just a bit. For now, it's just going to be a big contention for this long lane, because Entity 7, they want to set this up nice. Top side is naturally going to be pushing. If they can get a slow push down on bot side and kind of defend that wave, then unfortunately for Diangfu and Yaguai, they have to send some resources down to manage it, because even when we look at the inhibitor health, the last remaining one for Diangfu and Yaguai, it's so low. A single cart minion, a ballista, can walk up and take it out.
Yep. So right now we can see Lung trying to fix the waves here, and now he's on the way towards the Lord. 70 minutes, this Lord is not going to get bursted down fast enough. So Diangfu Yaguai, everyone should be prime and ready. Looking at Zed, Zed also has a flicker if he wants to force an engage. And looks like it was Shin actually the one using it. And I don't know what Devil Yaguai is doing. They're not trying to stop Entity 7. But in the backline, looks like Lung tried to take down Doom. That was a bad idea. Lung is low HP. Item Bush tried to run away.
Oh.
Fish got unable to hit his stun onto anyone. So right now, the team fight is messy. There's no clear gun what they want to do. Yi1 gets taken down. And now Entity 7, they're moving forward. Doom is still healthy. Doom dealing a lot of damage. Vanguard tries to get on top of someone. Lung all the way to the back. Nowhere close to Entity 7. What is he gonna do here? Can he get killed? He will try for sure. But looks like he's not able to get anyone just yet. Fish God gets Banguin. Hide on bush. Low HP. Fish God gets double kill. What is going on in this game?
That has to be the messiest fight we've seen so far. Both sides are just trying to outmaneuver the other. And even for Lung, I thought he was like kind of out of the fight for a very long time, but he still managed to still pick up 2, which is in their favor. Right now, if they can take out Doom, then they've got an opportunity. Here we go.
Well, Fish God is gonna try. He wants to take down Akashi first. Moves forward, almost takes him down. Now tries to cage. Looks like unable to do so. Lung misses the punch onto Doom, but Diangfu Yaguai still able to protect their base. For now, the bottom inhibitor looks like it's okay, but it should die now. Yep, there you go.
There we go. A good setup here for Entity 7 for the next upcoming Lord. At least they've got anti-heal on everybody. At least 3 of their members already have it, which is perfect, because so far the sustain coming in for Fish God has been so good. He's bought way too much time for his team. And I mean, look at his item build. 1 War Axe is his main damage item, and everything else either to buff up his HP, give him extra cooldowns, but most importantly, make him a thick boy. If they can just keep on peeling for Yi1, they've definitely got an opportunity, but here comes the conceal.
Looks like they do see Diangfu Yaguai. No one is gonna get caught. Kashi just takes a little bit of damage, but Vanguin tries to get to the back. Fish God tries to get away, gets terrified. Fish God jumps forward, jumps onto Akashi. Vanguin is on top of Zed. Grab the dry use, no one gets hit, but back. Looks like Akashi might get taken down, but it looks like Xiaoxi was the first to get taken down by Doom. Double kill for Doom, able to get Yi1. So all the damage dealers coming in from Diangfu Yaguai is taken down, including Fish God. Triple kill, Akashi gets taken down, but not gonna matter. Hide on bush, secures the kill onto the Lung. And now Diangfu Yaguai. Looks like this should be the end. Entity 7 wins game number 2.
Yep, it looks like they've got both waves to go for them at this stage, and unfortunately for Belleric, there's very little that he can do. He doesn't even have his ult in time for this. Congratulations! They bring it 1-1 as